name's Rosanne, and this is my husband, Dave, and we have 2 daughters, Madison and Jenna.
We first came to Light of Christ about 10 years ago and have been involved in a whole series of different ministries, adult ministries, men's, women's, couples, church council.
I got involved actually when we had MOPS. That's what actually brought us to the church.
As the Ignite journey started up, I think that really gave us a moment of pause, some time to really think. As much as we think we were stretching before that and really starting to move up that ladder, as I said before, this really helped us sort of stop and think about what are we doing? How are we going to do this differently? At this point now, we've been here for quite a while as the Ignite journey started, and we know that this is where we want to be, but we also know that because we want to be here, we want this to be the future for our kids too, right? We want them to have a place to call their second home, right? And this was our way of thinking about that and how can we invest in this mission to make that happen. It's one thing to analyze things and get to a number. It's another thing to stop and pray about how much more can we stretch? How much more can we do? Or is it just on paper, right? And we wanted to get away from just the paper piece of it. We wanted to get to that stage of really committing to God with that and knowing that He's going to get back to us. A lot of times when I pray, God will provide, right? He's always there, a great provider. And that's the piece of this whole journey for me personally that's really made me grow, because early on I may have said that, but I kind of get it. Like, He's taking care of us and He's there, I can pray. But now it was really stepping out on that plank a little bit off the edge of the ship going, is He really going to be there? And He has been, right? We're still standing on the plank. We haven't fallen off, and He's there, and it's really rooted that in me.
Right. It's more, it's more than just words. It's actually through action. Like, you can see it. For me, I feel like Light of Christ has always done a really good job of adapting to what's going on in the world. I feel like if you're not adapting to what's going on, it becomes stale, right? It becomes kind of stagnant. And especially, with the young people, I remember when the announcement was made with the podcast, Madison, our 14-year-old, she's just like, oh, a podcast, like, she was excited about it, because and it's such a cool thing. I think what's exciting about the future is the online. I feel like that is such an important thing to continue doing, only because then it's allowing so many more people to experience what we experience. We've talked about it before too. I mean, if there's a service that we miss, we know, like, we've been on vacation. We play it in the car. Everybody's listening. We've got, time to listen to a sermon. And it's amazing that you can just take it wherever you're going, whatever you're doing.
I was fortunate enough to be on council as this Ignite journey got started up. It was really reassuring for me to kind of be in that spot, to hear what we were talking about doing. Where were we going to put the money? How were we going to decide what to do to grow our mission across all 3 different pillars of Ignite? Was really reassuring and kind of fun to be part of. The idea that we wanted to give money to Lutheran World Relief or to Young Life, how are we going to support different facets, but also make sure that we as the church here are accounting for the things that we should be doing and making sure that we continue to grow. It was always amazing that we could keep getting to those, we had markers in council we would talk about that you want to be able to get here or get there, and we would hit those regularly. And it was just, it's so gratifying to see that happen, and fulfilling, maybe is a better word for it, is meeting those expectations or those goals. It really put some confidence in what we were doing with this idea of igniting growth and being on this journey was just great to be part of and watch happen. It was just great.